it's another day and another time for me to look around for a topic to cover in a YouTube video. Yes, I cover popular topics at the time when everyone's talking about it, but sometimes I like picking those topics that sound interesting to me and maybe are interesting to you. Hey, who knows? Well, today's one of those days, and I'm going to be bringing up a Twitter thread that I had today, and I found it very interesting, and I want to hear your guys' opinion on this matter. To preface this, yes, you already read the YouTube video title, and I just wanted to say, I do not enjoy video game journalists and video game reviews. I've talked about my disdain for these kinds of things and how they have no benefit in this industry, but people still find it useful for some reason. And when I say video game reviewers, I'm specifically talking about video game journalists, the ones that work for Kotaku, IGN, the guys that I previously talked about when it came to getting blacklisted by a major video game company, Nintendo. Here, I'll throw up the video in the corner. I think it should be right here that you can watch this video. But let's not focus on those video game reviewers. This time, I want to focus on something more personal. And what do I mean by that? Steam reviews. You know Steam reviews. Here, I'll throw one up right here. It says, "This community is so nice and helpful. I got a lot of tips on how to uninstall the game and kill myself." Recommended, by the way. And this was for CS2. And here, I'll throw up another one. "Dead by Daylight is an excellent game if you're looking for a reason to kill yourself. Not recommended, but you should also notice that they have 444 hours in the game." So yeah, you can see what kind of level you are facing when it comes to Steam reviews when you want to compare it to something like IGN, in which they sit down and approximately just play 3 to 4 hours of a game. I'm pretty sure you can focus on Steam reviews much more because they're more in-depth, depending on the game that you're looking for. Some people get very, very into it. Okay, now I'm getting too far on the main topic. The main topic was brought up, and I'll read the first tweet that started this off, and it says, it was written by legend_Ori. "I'm curious, if Steam added a neutral option for game reviews, do you think this would impact game devs in a negative or positive way?" Now that is a very interesting topic. Instead of having it recommended or not recommended, you also want to put a neutral stance. So let's look at the next tweet by Pirate Software, and it says, "Hugely positive. Lots of people want to give feedback without promoting or bashing a game. Having neutral reviews could open that lost line of communication." Now, I decided to reply to that Pirate Software tweet, and this is all that I wrote. I wrote, "But why would it? Reviews are inherently biased and can never be neutral in any way possible. If you are leaving a review, it means you feel a certain way about what you experienced. For something to be neutral, it should have no effect on who is viewing it." That's my stance. And then a person named Jordinary Writer replied to my tweet saying, "I think it can work for games you have a hard time fully recommending or not recommending, especially ones in early access. Sometimes a game isn't at the spot of a full recommendation, but also doesn't necessarily deserve the red thumbs down. You see a lot of reviews say, 'I wish there was a neutral option because ... and then listing the pros and cons. A recommend/no recommend system forces you to lean one way even if you feel currently on the fence.' And my reply to that was, 'I see what you mean, for sure. But for me, a review is how you feel in its current state, which means there are pros and cons and a final say of yay or nay. If you are compelled to leave a review, then you can't be indifferent. You feel a certain way and you must tell people.'" Now, it stopped right there. There wasn't a continuation. But I sat down and I thought about it. Like, can a review be unbiased? Can a review be neutral? Games come in different shapes and sizes because we've seen an update can change everything of a game fundamentally, and it changes how someone perceives it. Because when I play a game at patch 1.0 and I do not like it, and then someone else plays the game in patch 3.0 and enjoys it very much, then it's clear. I find it nay, they find it yay. It's a very short Twitter thread on my side. I was looking through the other people's reactions, and my idea of it is a review is inherently biased. I already said that. Like, from the beginning, you feel a certain way. Even if you're fence sitting, you lean towards a certain way. Even if you're right smack dab in the middle, you are equalized. You say, hey, there are 3 pros, hey, there are 3 cons. You still will choose either you recommend it or you don't. You can't really fence sit, in my eyes. I might be wrong. I like talking about these things because I want to understand other people's ideas behind these things, because I enjoy games, and I believe if you like something, if you like a game, hey, you have the chance to review it. If you don't like the game, you have also the chance to review it. Your review at the end of the day can benefit the game devs themselves. And yeah, that's true. It is a benefit. But I think the idea of being indifferent or neutral in this matter doesn't really positively work for reviews, because you want to voice an opinion, but your opinion is, hey, I don't know how I feel about this. But then you get more questions that forces you to explain yourself, which then forces you to either point either to a recommendation or a not recommendation. It sucks, and I myself don't understand the idea of fence sitting or trying to remain neutral, because it's hard to. I understand nothing is black and white. There is a gray area in all situations, but the gray areas also lean towards black and white, so you feel a certain way. Because the idea of leaving a review is you have an opinion, and your opinion either pushes you to bad or good. Your opinion doesn't have you right smack dab in the middle, and then you say, my opinion is objective, because I am neutral in the middle. But even if you say that and you list some things that you may think is objective, but to others it is subjective, what you see as a negative can and will be seen as a positive for other people. That's how life is at the end of the day. That's why I threw up that recommended from CS2, and then I threw up that recommended from DBD. They have the same idea in both, but one is seen negative while the other one is seen comical. I respect Steam reviews much more than IGN, Kotaku reviews, Verge, whatever they're called, if they even exist anymore. I respect Steam reviews much more because it's a more personal connection. You are looking at the recommendation through just one user, not a company. And even if a neutral stance was put as a option that you could pick, like recommended, not recommended, and then neutral in the middle, I also don't think a lot of people would choose the neutral, because I'll keep repeating myself like a broken record over here, but everyone leans a certain way. As much as you want to say about yourself, well, no, sometimes I have a neutral perspective on the matter. Still, a review is your perspective on the matter. And a review also stands on the patch that you are currently on. So even if you don't like the patch that you are on and other people like the patch, you get what I mean? It cannot be objective. And I like these kinds of debates that I can have on Twitter, and whenever they get cut short, I'm sad because I like to continue them. And hey, I think you should check me out on Twitter and maybe drop me a follow. I would also like some followers over there. Link in the bio. And hey, if you like this video, why not like, subscribe, and comment your opinion on the matter? I would really love to hear it. I always check the comments for the next 3 days, and I like and I comment back to everyone. And if you don't like this video, I'm not going to tell you not to dislike it. You can go right ahead. And I hope to see you here next time. See ya.